Clicky, click, click, and good afternoon. It is afternoon, and welcome to the Sunday service live from Chateau Del Nick in the Boudoir del Brown for our online service that is normally a Sunday service, but it's Saturday. It's a Saturday. Yay. Welcome along, and thank you for joining us as we have our demonstration of mediumship service with the lovely Sarah McGeachy. I'm going to bring her on in a moment, but a couple of quick announcements. Thank you for bearing with us as we shifted days and weeks. We got there in the end. But also a couple of quick announcements. Firstly, a big well done to Chris O'Neill. It's day 31 of his big 100 mile bike ride in his back garden, and he's done it, lovelies. So if you are interested in donating to his charitable cause, I'll post a link a little bit later on. He's done 100 mile over the space of a month, and I think it's amazing. He's done really, really well, bless him. So well done, Chris. And also some good news for a change. I saw that posted about an hour ago. Reverend Cherry Ann, all the way over in France, is feeling much better. So let's keep the healing going. Thank you for everyone that's sent out to us so far. She really appreciates it. Let's keep that flow going. And also, we continue to send our thoughts to Celtic Rose, our lovely friend at Little Port as well. So that's the announcements. Keep the healing going. We have got some healing a little bit later on. But first off, let's welcome this fine Saturday afternoon. And it is rather lovely out there. Our medium for this afternoon, the one and only Sarah McGeachy. Are you there?
I am indeed.
Oh, fabulous. Welcome along, darling. It's a bit different this time. I know you've been with us on one of our online services before. We had a few technical issues last. Oh. We had a few technical issues last time, and guess what? We have again because she's just disconnected herself. She'll be back, I'm sure. But as with everything else, it's always here we go. She's back. She's back. She's back. There we go.
I didn't know if that was you or me, to be perfectly honest.
In the words of the song, it wasn't me. I think it was just a technical. I was just about to say, last time you were with us, we had a few technical glitches, didn't we? So, welcome back. I know that we've got your recipients lined up in the green room, waiting. Sorry for the lack of food and drinks in the green room, but it's not a physical place, so I couldn't squeeze anything in. But Sarah, how have you been? What have you been up to? And what are you doing right now?
Well, yesterday I went to a friend's house and had healing. First time I'd ever experienced it. It was lovely. I felt warm and glowy all over. It's the only way I can describe it. And she asked if I would feel sore this morning, but I actually don't. Not as sore as I usually am anyway. So yeah, something definitely works. So no, that was a lovely experience. What else have I been up to? Not a lot, to be perfectly honest. I'm quite crafty, so I like sitting doing my crafts. As you can see, the mess of my table, but...
Absolutely. Of course, since the last time you came on live with us, you've started a new venture, Organize Your Life.
Yes, Organize.
So what is it that you're doing and how can we find those?
I do have a page at Organize Your Life on Facebook. I'm going to put odds and sods for sale or whatever on my Sarah McGeachy Medium website, but I haven't got around to that yet. Too fiddly. But no, Organite is we all get EMFs, which is electromagnetic. I can't think of the third word. But it's off your mobile phones, it's off your computers, it's off the pylons, it's off, and we're surrounded by it all the time, basically. And the organites are made with different metals. There has to be copper in there. There has to be clear quartz, all put together with resin, and it changes that we'll call it negative energy from the EMFs into a positive. It sort of clears the air around you, if that makes sense. So yeah, so they're doing a really good job. And I'm just trying to get the word out there that these things exist. You know, we don't have to put up with the rubbish that comes off of these things. You know.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully this has given you an opportunity to get the word out there a little bit more. So enjoy. And now, in order for it to be a full service, we do have to have some other people.
Mhm.
So I'm now going to start introducing, of course, your recipients for this afternoon. In order of those that arrived into the service, hello, Cody.
Hiya.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Welcome.
How are you?
Thank you for coming on. Good, good, good.
Thank you.
So would you like to, a little bit about yourself? Where are you, and how you doing?
So first off, I'm in my bedroom. I'm doing good. I'm kind of just starting my day off, really.
Found it quite right, especially on a Saturday. Good. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us and welcome along. Good to see you. And of course, next in the list is Debbie. Hello, Debbie.
Hi. So I'm Debbie. I'm retired. I used to work in a bank. I worked there for 38 years. So I think I deserve to retire, and I thought I'd be a lady that lunches. But now I'm looking after my two wonderful grandchildren, which, so that gives me a whole different life. So I live in a granny annex. So they've had strict instructions to not disturb me because they're forever coming around knocking on the door. Can I have a treat from Nanny's tin, which Mummy doesn't know about. So, but I absolutely adore them, and so I love it. So I live in a place called Alresford in Kent, which is near Maidstone. So, but originally from North London. So
North London.
North London. So I have to watch my H's, and my Norths should be North, as I say. So yes, but anyway, I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Nick. So.
Welcome along as well. And look, I used to get in awful trouble when I was on SPTV for dropping my T's all the time. So you ain't gonna get no complaints down here. And of course, it wouldn't be an online service without my compadre that organises the mediums for the online services and does the reading for us. So say hello, Kaza. Are you there?
Good afternoon. Your
Hello.
partner in crime, more like, I think.
Yes. Quite likely a bit more accurate, to be fair. So, so thank you for organising another service and getting people on, and thank you for bringing a reading again this month.
Very welcome.
So it's good to see you all. Thank you all for being here. And of course, it wouldn't be an online service without our friends at home. So a quick hello to, there it is, it's coming up. I'm going in reverse order because that's just funny. Hello, Eddie. I retired from being a bank robber, so that's good. So you're fine. Nice to see you, Eddie. John Edgar. Hello, sir. Welcome along. Look forward to seeing you on the screen. You know, when I said on that message that we had the other week, maybe we'll see each other down the road someday. Didn't expect it to be that quick and in this kind of way. But I'm very much looking forward to welcoming
Now
you.
I've got to up my game with John Edgar on board.
Carol Ann, hello to you. Welcome along. Mother dear, hi mum. Welcome along and good to see you. And I know that there are other people on too. Because I can see the numbers don't match the comments. But those that have not said hello, who are watching in the background, you don't have to say hello if you don't want to. But do join in the conversation, have a chat with each other, be kind to each other, and have a giggle. And those that haven't said hello, you are all welcome to this gathering of love and light. So thank you all for being here. And I know that people will join as we go as well. But let's begin as we always do, and as we always will in one of these online services, by starting in opening in prayer. As we join together and say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you for this opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, we make the statement as ever that everything we do is in love and truth and light. And I ask for a blessing to be placed on each person here present, both those on screen, both those watching, and anyone who will hear these words in the future, that your light might shine upon them and bring them love, warmth, and upliftment throughout their daily lives. And so as we begin, I say, Great Spirit, please watch over, keep us all safe and well, and in the light. Amen. And here comes some, see, I knew there were some people hiding in the background. Hello to Samantha, good to see you. Hello to Jan Faraday, nice to see you. And there she is, keeping an eye on me and spying on me. Hello Eunice, welcome along. Oh, hang on, press that button. Don't press that button. Where it hide, there we go, that's better. So, in terms of the service, the next in the list is a little bit of spiritual philosophy. Now, one of the most important parts of our philosophy is that it's not too boring and too long-winded. Why is that? Because part of this way of life is about encouraging people to be themselves, to do what they need to do in terms of their spiritual growth and upliftment. So that means that one person taking the lead all the time and having their say all the time does not work. What does work is building communities and communication. In actual fact, it just showed Eunice, we were having this conversation yesterday. Communication and community are derived from the same word. And this is what we must do in order to endeavour to expand not only the spiritual truth, but also our way of life and our own personal philosophies. I would never walk all over anyone else's philosophy. Well, I might disagree with some things that are said sometimes. It's not about the disagreement, it's about how you disagree. And that can only be done by listening and learning from each other. No one person is higher or more important than each other because we are one and we are all equal. And to that end, I'm reminded of a very famous individual, for those that are sci-fi fans anyway. The Admiral of the Fleet in Battlestar Galactica. Anyone who knows that Doctor Who's got his final tonight knows that I would have to say something about sci-fi in my philosophy. I'm reminded that during an event in the United Nations, he was doing a speech about humanity. And he made a really important point. There is no such thing as race. We talk about all the various different races of humans that walk the planet, but that's not actually true. Race is a cultural determination. And we were having a conversation before the service started about where we lived and the different influences that had. And of course, Debbie mentioned about her speaking proper in terms of working in a bank. We all have regional variables and cultural determinations. And that is absolutely something completely different to race. There is only one race. We are one species. And as the Admiral himself said, there is only one race, the human race. And so long as we remember that and treat each other with the respect that we would expect, then we can begin to move forward as a species, not a race. Because when we treat each other as brothers and sisters of the human family, the world can grow and move forward. I know that as we look out into the world at the moment, it can be very worrying and fearful. All I can say is this: we found each other by being here together, and we will continue to find like-minded souls, finding and building communities and safe spaces where we can be ourselves and each other in comfort, happiness, and joy. There are so many people in this way of life that I've met over the years that wouldn't say boo to a goose when they first started developing, and now they're as mouthy as I am. And I say that's brilliant, because the more you can speak your truth, the more people will hear it. And the more people hear your truth, the more your truth will reach the world. So be your authentic self, be your absolute truth, and never give an inch, never surrender, and never give up on being the most authentic you. So thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. And so now is the time where we jump from something spoken on behalf of Spirit to something written on behalf of Spirit. And I'm now going to hand over for our reading, and I'm going to jump into the little corner down the bottom there and let Kazza take over the rest of the screen as we ask Kazza to give us our reading for this week.
Thank you, Nick. It's actually tying in very well with what Sarah said earlier. My writing is about healing. Can everyone heal? My personal belief is yes, healing is possible for everyone. But healing doesn't always come through hands or physical touch. Sometimes it comes through spirit, through the quiet power of words, just simply being heard. When I write, it brings me peace. It's how I speak through my thoughts and my experiences with others. My hope is that my words reach many, even if they reach one person that may be in darkness. Hopefully, my words are like a light switch. One heart to be confronted is basically all I need. Listening to a healing act, it too can be powerful. There are many out there willing to lend an ear just to listen. Keeping all your pain locked inside, it stays there, unreleased and unhealed. But when you open up, you give yourself a chance to breathe and begin to mend. Many who have found themselves at their lowest, even behind a prison wall, have turned to God or faith to begin their healing journey. It shows no matter what, and no matter where you are in life, healing is possible. I hope these words have brought some comfort, or at least pointed you towards a path of healing. God bless you all.
God bless you too, and thank you, Kazza. What wonderful words. And yes, it does. Healing is the way forward, as Eunice and Tony would frequently say, and I completely agree. On Thursday nights, the healing is the most important bit, and everything we do is absolutely healing. So thank you. And there we go. Comments from home. Brilliant, Kazza. Thank you. And absolutely yes. Welcome to everyone who's joined us in the midst. And speaking of healing, now we're going to have some, because now it's time in our service to send out our healing thoughts for all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort. You've got Kazza obviously mentioned healing. Sarah's mentioned healing, and at the beginning I mentioned obviously our minister in France, Sherry Ann. Please can you send your thoughts to her? Could you also send your thoughts to Celtic Rose, my cousin Alison, and anyone else? If you'd like to add names in the chat, we can add those up as the sending of the silence goes through. But now we're going to take a moment to just send out our thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering. And I'll keep an eye on the list in order to put the names up for those that wish to send their healing thoughts. So let's join together and send out our healing thoughts right now.
divine source of the universe and great creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout the land. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them, we ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them, we ask for them now. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them, we ask for them now. We ask for them now. Now.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you to everyone at home for your adding of names to the healing list. I will go through the chat list and add them into my own healing book after the service as well. And if you would like to have a focal point, of course, to send out your healing thoughts in the form of our healing song, you can actually gain access to it yourself without the service. Here is a QR code that will take you directly to it for free, where you can listen, you can download it, you can share it to the world. We ain't prissy about that. We want everyone to have access to it. And all you need to do is scan that QR code, and I'll also add a link down at the bottom for those that don't like QR codes. But someone has scanned the QR code. Thank you, Kaza. At least I know it works. And if you would also like to know more about Littleport Christian Spiritualists, we have a website, littleportspiritualists.org, and there's a QR code for that one as well. But I will leave the healing one up a little bit longer. By doing this, apparently, it can stay there. So now is the time in our service where we are going to hand over for the rest of our time together, with the exception of the closing prayer, I'm informed, to our medium of the day, the wonderful Sarah McGeachy. So everyone who's on screen knows what's going on, but for everyone at home, you now get to watch a demonstration of mediumship from a very, very worthy exponent of this way of life, and I'm proud to call her a good friend too. So please welcome to the floor, even though there's no physical floor, of course, the one and only Sarah McGeachy. Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Nick. Thank you so much for your invite. So much different from the last time.
In it.
When I was doing it through the comments. Okie dokie. Right. I do have a gentleman step forward, actually. And this gentleman has, I want to say, quite a big nose, but I'm not talking big as in long, I'm talking big as in wide. And he had, I want to say also rosacea. Is it rosacea? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And rhino, he's given me a word here, and I don't know if I'm correct, but rhino something or other. But he had something definitely wrong with his nose, okay? So this gentleman, I want to say, was quite a large gentleman, and I'm talking height-wise as well as his build. So he was in proportion, put it like that, for his height and his size. Okay. He's also telling me that he had a really strong personality. Don't get me wrong, he didn't push his thoughts down anyone's throat, but he could join in with everyone's conversation, and he had his opinions, if anyone can understand that. Before I go any further, does anyone understand who I'm speaking about?
Could be, Sarah, could be.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll continue.
I'll let you continue.
Okay, I'm getting either the age 69 or I'm getting the year of 1969. I'm not 100% sure there. I'm just getting the word 69, okay? So, right, this gentleman, I want to say although he was opinionated and everything else, he was quite a happy-go-lucky sort of man. I mean, when he was by himself, he'd be whistling or he'd be humming, or that was just his way, if you know what I mean. As I say, he was. Oh, how do I explain his personality? His personality was one of. Yes, he could sit and listen, and yes, he was opinionated, but there was something about him that was very, very likable, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
He was just. He's telling me that his earlier life was. His young life was not the greatest, but he made himself into the man that he was.
Yes.
You know what I mean? He just had this. The only way I can explain, he's just putting a feeling of love over me. I want to say love, but like a caring way.
Yeah.
What he's trying to say to me, and I hope I'm picking this up correctly, was he didn't have much in the way of, when he was younger, not just belongings, but I was going to say he didn't have. He's correcting me. I was going to say he didn't have much in the way of love and affection, but he's actually correcting me and saying that's the one thing he did have in life.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what brought him through a lot of life's hardships.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Okay. Tell me more. He's given me one yellow rose on his coffin. There was one yellow rose on his coffin. I believe I've got. I want to say I have your father.
The thing is that it could be my father, but not in the height, but also exactly the same as my father-in-law. Both sound the same. So it's when they sometimes come through, they come together sometimes.
Okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to have to try and find something to separate them. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. He's given me one of these two fingers. There was something wrong with one of these.
That's my dad. It's my dad. Okay. Yeah, got him. It's my dad.
Perfect. Thank you. I thought he said it was your dad.
Yeah, spot on.
Okay, perfect. Right. He's bringing. Do you have a memory with elephants? He's given me a memory with elephants.
It could be. Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I'll let you carry on, but it signifies something that to do with him.
Okay, right. As I say, he's just given me two elephants walking side by side. So it's a memory, as I say, and he's given me it in a sort of a cloud, if that makes sense to me. So to me, that's a memory.
Yeah.
So he's given me this memory of these two elephants. He's not telling me, as I say, whether it's you on their back or him on their back or whatever, but I'm getting that someone is on one of their backs.
Okay.
Okay. He's also given me memories of, did this gentleman have anything to do with the forces?
Yes.
Okay, right. He's given me the shiny boots, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. He's laughing and saying he hasn't really got much of a message for you. It's the fact you know that he's around you a lot. You know that he's around you a lot.
Yeah.
And he I want to say he puts his thoughts into you.
Yes.
Make some sort of sense.
Yes.
When you're searching for an answer, he'll put the answer
Yes.
there. And sometimes you wonder if it's him or not, and he just wants you to know that it is you. So basically that's his message. Okay.
Yeah. Lovely.
Okay. And with that, as I say, he sends his love. And it's not, he doesn't just send his love, he gives you his love.
Yeah.
And as I say, in that I don't want to say forceful way, but that's just him. You know, when he loved hard, if that makes sense.
Yes.
And he did everything for his family. Everything he ever done was for his family.
Yeah.
But he says you know that already. So I'll leave his love with you, and thank you so much for
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Okay, right.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Whenever you get that situation where I'm not sure which, and then you give a piece of evidence like that, and the recipient jumps down, and that's him. That's it. I love that. That's brilliant. Wonderful.
It was the fingers. So he was shot in the war, and he had two or three fingers, and it was quite not deformed, but he only had a couple of fingers.
Yeah, it was this too that he was. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, well done. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Brilliant.
Okay, I do have a young man here. Okay, and I want to say that he was quite young when he passed. But he had an old head on his shoulders. That's the only way I can describe him. It was like, I know people don't believe in, or some people don't believe in, some people do, in sort of past lives, but it was like he had a past life head on his shoulder. He was just so old fashioned, if that makes sense. A lot of common sense, a lot of vocabulary for his age. And I'm trying to work out his age because he's given me late teens, early 20s. He's given me that sort of way. But as I say, he's an old-fashioned way, an old-fashioned dialogue, and people would sort of, even his parents would sit and look at him as if to say, where did that come from? And sometimes he didn't even know himself, if you can understand that. Does anyone understand this young man at all? No, not at the moment. Right, let's see what else we can do. He was a bit like Kaza in the way that he wrote his thoughts down. You know, he wrote his thoughts down and he kept a journal, and it was like a journal of growth is the words that he's putting in my head. It's like he enjoyed looking back to see how far he'd come. Okay, give me something that we're going to know. The name Andrew is coming in, and he was. I can't pronounce this. Something like Moynihan, something like that. If anyone can understand any of those two names at all?
Hello.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. That's okay.
You're very, very close on that second name, and the Andrew does make sense, and everything else fits as well. So yes, I apologise. Looks like I'm actually getting a message for a change.
No, that's whoever comes through. Okay, right. Okay, right. He was, as I say, he was big into his writing, Nick. It's like every little thought, he had to write it down. And he, as I say, every week or so, he'd go back just to see how he'd grown. As I say, a week doesn't seem a lot of time, if that makes sense. But he's given me the week that he's do week by week journal and read it back every week. And I don't know why this. I'm trying to ask him why this is important. He's talking about growth, and he's not talking about his own growth, Nick. He's talking about your growth. Okay. Now, he's saying you don't realize your own growth. How do I word that properly? Hang on, just 2 ticks till I get it right. He's saying, if I say you don't appreciate your own growth, that's the wrong wording. And if I also say you don't know your own growth, that's still the wrong wording. And I'm trying to pick up the right, but you don't realize how far you've come, if that makes more sense to you. Okay. Yeah. And he's saying you need to, and that's why he's going on about the journal. He's saying you need to journal your feelings. He's saying because that's the one thing that catches you out is your own feelings. He says you talk from here and not from here at times. And that's, does that make sense?
It does.
He says, and it's the feelings from here that you need to write down and recapture and go over to see how far you've come, not here. He's saying because you're very, very knowledgeable. He's saying, but when it comes to your own feelings, it's like, not that there's an immaturity, but there's a lack of knowledge about your own. You consider other people's feelings quicker than you consider your own. Does that make sense? And that's basically what he's here to tell you, that he needs to. That you need to, journal your feelings. Journal your feelings. He said you're very, very good at talking. You're very, very good at not even acknowledge is the wrong word as well. You're very good at, as I say, talking and saying not the way you're feeling. It comes from your head. It doesn't come from your heart, and it's your feelings that are. Or you're suffering yourself because of this. That's the only way I can describe it, Nick. As I say, I don't want to go too deep into it, so I'm trying to skirt around the edges, if that makes sense. But he just said you have to acknowledge your own feelings sometimes, and you're not, if you can understand that. So what's his name, Andrew? Because that's the name I'm getting.
The name Andrew is significant. He was in a play that I wrote, and he played the character of Andrew that I wrote for him.
Okay, right. He keeps going on about Andrew, okay? So go back over that play, or go back over and read Andrew's part, and there's messages in there for you, if you can understand that. Because
I completely understand it.
Okay, that's what he's going on about. As I say, it has to be the Andrew, and as I say, read that, and as I say, then go from there with your own journal. Is what he's saying. So I'll leave his love with you, Nick, and thank you so much for taking.
No, thank you. I will just say that I've been digging out old writing this week because somebody in the chat room is trying to kick my behind into getting my work done. I found the script this morning.
Okay.
And I haven't looked at it in it was performed in 1999. Okay,
a long time ago.
So yeah, and it surfaced today. So thank you, absolutely yes.
He's obviously come through to let you know that he knows that it's surfaced. So
yes, absolutely.
There's something in there that will benefit you if you go through it. It's like
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean already. Thank you. It's appreciated.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, Cody, can I come to you, please? Okay. Do you have, I want to say a sister in spirit? No. Okay, no. Right. Why am I getting a sister in spirit? Okay. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what I have, okay? And we'll go from there. Yep. It's probably me that's picked it up wrong. Okay, right. I have a female, okay? And this female wasn't, she was older than you, but she wasn't old, if that makes sense. She wasn't. I'd say she was in her sort of mid-20s now, but we'll leave it at that, if that makes sense. So this, she's given me something wrong with her blood, okay, and she's also given me the word sepsis. So this, I'll call her a lady girl, passed with, I want to say, blood poisoning, which is sepsis. Do you understand that at all?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, right, come on. She's given me the name Sam. She's given me the name Sam or Sammy. Rather than Samantha, she was known as Sam or Sammy, okay? Okay. She's talking about going to university to be a teacher. Now, was this her or was this you? I believe it was her, okay? Okay, she's talking about going to university and becoming very ill very quickly. Okay, she's also talking about she absolutely loved to sing, and it was like, I'm getting traditional style music, like folk music, that sort of traditional style music. It was that sort of music that she was into, that she did not just enjoy singing to, but she'd enjoy listening to. And it was really, this music that I don't really listen to folk music myself, but I'm actually hearing it in my head, and it's like it gets really, really loud with drums, and then it goes down to like a crescendo, goes up, and then it goes down. It's that sort of music, and you can really get into it, if that makes sense. As I say, that's the music she's allowing me to hear. Okay. Do you know the name Rosemary at all?
I know
Okay,
Rose.
Okay.
Yes.
And is she roughly, I want to say, ages with you, Rose? No.
No.
Okay. Right. I'm beginning to doubt if I'm with you, Cody.
No, I don't think I can think much.
No, I can see by your face that you can't. I wonder, Nick, could you put everyone else on in case someone else can take this, Cody? Thank you for working with me. Apologies. No, you're
Thank you.
okay.
That's okay.
Does anyone else understand at all this lady that, well, I'll say lady, as I say, she's sort of mid-20s, and she absolutely loved like folk music, that sort of. Anyone understand this at all? No.
Now there is a bit of a delay, so if anyone on the chat understands it as well, you can shout out, but it will be a bit of a delay.
Delay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Debbie, I see you humming and hawing there.
Well, the 20-year-old, yes, what she passed away with, I believe that's. Can I say who I think it is, Sarah? Can I say?
Yes, go on. Because
right, okay. Well, my grandmother
Uh-huh.
was called Rosanna.
Okay.
Rose, and my middle name is Rose. Now, she died when she was about 24, so my dad was very young.
Okay, right, stop
Leave
there.
it there.
Right,
Okay.
Stop there. Stop there. Don't tell me anymore.
No,
Okay,
no.
Right. I did, when Cody said the name Rose, I didn't feel it was correct. I did say Rosemary because I knew it was Rose extended.
Yeah.
So that's the only name that sort of come to me, if that makes sense. So, and your voice is sounding right.
Okay.
So, was this lady in service?
As I said, she would be my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. I know she died in her 20s. So
Okay.
my dad would have been about 4 years old.
Okay. Well, she gave me the words blood poisoning to start with.
Yeah.
The word sepsis. It was like
yeah.
you'll know it as sepsis, but it was
Yeah.
blood poisoning at the time.
Yeah, because obviously in those days, we're talking a long time.
Yes,
My
yes.
dad was quite older to have when he had me, so we're talking those days. There was no medical.
Yeah,
poor.
I reckon you're talking 1920s, between 1920
Yes,
and
yes.
that sort of era. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As I say, I want to say she gave me the words in service. Okay, and
Okay.
it was like she was in service to a richer family. If
Okay.
if that makes sense, is what I'm getting. Okay. She's showing me cleaning fireplaces out. She's showing me in the kitchen. She's showing me like the big house and her doing the work of someone that's in service.
We don't know. I know how she died, what you said, and there was something else when she died.
Okay.
Don't know too much about her background. I know where she came from. So
okay. Well, as I say, I'll see if that comes out. But at the moment, as I say, she's describing about sort of excuse me, about being in service, if you can understand that. She's also talking about being quite a young mother herself.
Yes.
And this is, if I'm picking this up correctly, and apologies if I'm wrong, but I believe what she's saying to me is she wasn't married when she had. There was something about either getting married when she was pregnant or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Saying back then it was a no. It was just a no, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But she married and she kept her child. Did she have more children after that? Because I'm seeing like 3 or 4.
Okay. So there was my dad and his younger brother. And I only found out in the last, because my niece done some history, we only found out that when she died, she was pregnant, so she would have had three children.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
she was heavily pregnant. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Again, as I say, she's taking me back to sort of her earlier years.
Yeah.
And it's the work that she's talking about. It's the work. Now, why are you telling me about the work that she was doing? Do you have a touch of OCD?
Yes.
Okay, because this is what she's making me aware of. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like everything's in its place.
Yes.
And everything, and you know if like one of the kids has come in and moved something,
Yes.
That.
Yeah.
That's what she's getting.
Yeah.
It's like she's taking me back to those days because the lady of the house or whatever will go along with her finger, with the dust and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's talking about you, but she's doing it in a way, the only way that she knows.
Yeah.
It's the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you be telling me this? Okay. It's like she's bringing your grandchildren into it. You said earlier on that you had grandchildren, so I'm letting everyone aware that I already know that you have grandchildren. But she's bringing your grandchildren into this, and it's like your daughter. Right, hang on. She's giving me the 3 generations here. Your daughter, is she similar in the respect, as I say, that everything's in its place and
at 100%? Yeah.
Okay, right. So the children, I want to say the children, although you're the same, as I say, you're the same. You've got everything in its place and everything else. You're not quite as harsh on them as she is and that's okay. Right. It's like you'll think to yourself, right, I'll just tidy up after they go and put everything back in their place and everything else. Whereas your daughter's not. It's like hands off, don't touch that. And that's what she's telling me. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Why are you telling me this though? she's actually, I think she's just making you aware, as I say, that she's aware of this. It's like your daughter can she's laughing and saying your daughter needs to sort of calm down, really, because she's quite vocal about it. And it's the kids. Sometimes they get to the stage where, or they're going to get to the stage, I'm not sure, where they will wind her up just to hear a shout, basically. But they come to you, as I say, you've got the same idea, but it's like, no, kids come first, because you've had your time of shouting, is what she's saying, if that makes sense. You've had your time of, and now it's the grandkids. It's like they can't do anything wrong in your eyes, if that makes sense. They can sort of not, let's say, go into extremes by saying they can wreck your house, but you know what I mean. As I say, and that's what she's saying. She was done out of, I can't think of another word to say, but done out of raising her children, seeing her children grow up.
Yeah.
And it's like she's watching yours, or especially your grandchildren, through you,
Oh,
and having that joy through
Yeah.
you. If
yeah,
that,
lovely.
she loves the joy that you feel when they're around.
Yeah.
It's like a love that you don't even have for your own children, that you
No,
have for your
that
grandchildren.
is so true. Yeah.
And that's what she's telling me. It's like it's like the love that you feel, as I say, and she just enjoys being in that feelings with you.
Lovely.
So again, as I say, she is around you,
Uh,
and as I say, it's when your grandchildren are around you and you're feeling that, like, you can actually literally feel your heart opening up.
bursting. Yeah.
And yes,
Yeah.
and
Every-
that's when she's around you, because she's relishing in that feeling, because
Oh, lovely. Yeah,
never
because
got
she
to
was
feel that
cheated.
properly. Yes,
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
cheated. So,
yeah.
so I'll leave our love with you, Debbie. And
Sarah,
thank you so much.
thank you.
No,
That's
you're
so
welcome.
lovely.
Thank
Bless
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Beautiful, lovely, well done. Right, let's have everyone back.
I seem to be hogging them all. They're all coming to see me, so I'm
There
sorry.
must be. There must be. Have you got a birthday or something coming up, Debbie?
My grandsons. Yeah.
Okay.
Next week off. Yeah.
Yeah. I just heard happy birthday. I singing happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Okay. Now, I don't usually bring animals through, but I have a dog here, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have a dog here, so I don't know. And it's like a Springer. Well, it's the colours of a Springer. I don't know if it's a Springer or a Cocker. So I don't know why I'm apologising, because the dog's bringing love through. So I don't know if anyone can claim this love. Oh, this dog. It's like a Springer. It's the colours of a
Very
Cocker or a Springer.
possibly.
Ooh.
I might be able to.
Brilliant. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. And whoever this is for will have memories of this, and I think it's a Springer, to be perfectly honest, because it's showing me in a field of grass and it's jumping up and down, and someone is laughing at this dog jumping up and down. Okay, and the ears is going up and down and whatnot. It's also telling me that there was something wrong with its front right paw. Would that be? Does anyone understand that? It's the front right paw. It's like I want to hold it up, if that makes sense. It's like, I don't know if they had a twist on it or something, but there was definitely something wrong with the front right paw. Okay. I've never had a dog through before, so I'm not quite sure how to work with this one. It didn't last to a ripe old age. Didn't last to a ripe old age. He's saying that it was, I want to say 9 or 10. It didn't last to a ripe old age. That's what he's saying. He didn't live his full life, but he had a good life. You know, it was like a full life because he had a good life. Although he's saying not so much in the beginning. So I don't know if this was a rescue dog. Would it have been a rescue dog or something? Because he didn't have much of a life in the beginning. It was like he was kept in a room and not going out for walks and things for a while until. Does anyone understand this?
I can't take that. I mean, my dog was she was 15
Okay.
when she passed.
Okay.
I can understand she wasn't a rescue dog, she wasn't badly treated, but we bought her from her previous owners because of a reason.
Okay. Well, I'm just getting that to start with, as I say, it was like they didn't have time for her. I keep saying her, or they didn't have time for the dog. They didn't have time.
Take that part, Sarah. Sorry.
Okay. So what about yourself, Cody?
So I can take the coloration of the dog. He was about, I would say, like 10, I think, when he passed. But the rescue dog thing, I currently have a dog who was a rescue dog.
Okay.
So
I'm just picking up really, really strongly for the first maybe 6 months, maybe maximum a year of the dog's life. The people bought him, and it was like they they didn't have time for him. They realised that they didn't have time to walk them. They didn't have time for, do you know what I mean? And it was basically, they would go out to work and the dog would be in the house all day, every day. And by the time they got home from work, they were knackered. They didn't have time for it. And in the end, they sold it on or got rid of it. If anyone else? No, okay. I was wondering if, sorry, that was, so yeah.
I can't take that part, Sarah, so I can bow out.
Maybe for someone on the, that's why I was reading that there, the chat. I thought maybe it was someone. Okay. Well, it's basically wagging its tail and saying, whoever this is for, that the dog is now happy. The dog is now happy. It was always happy when it was with that person. Right, hang on, I'm gonna have to put that down for a second. I can take this. Is the dog brown? It's like a creamy colour with brown patches all over it, Kai. That's why I think it was a Springer. And as I say, there's memories of this dog jumping about in grass, and someone I really, really laughing their head off, as I say, as the ears are going up and down. I was going to say the lugs, but so yeah. Okay. I don't know if anyone else can take this on chat. As Nick said, there's a bit of a lag, so I'll maybe just ask this dog to step back if no one else can take it. If someone does, I'll. So yeah. No, I think I'll ask it to step back. So, okie doke, Nick. I was hearing people.
I will just say, Kai has just said that she can take what you've said. So
take it, you said, right? Okay, right. Hang on, then. Hang on, Kai. Let's see. It's basically sending love and thanking you for the times basically that you had with it, because it was, as I say, it wasn't abused or anything, don't get me wrong, but it was, as I say, sitting in the house bored to tears, ripping things up, chewing on its paws, that sort of thing, until someone else took it, i.e. yourself, Kai, and took it and loved it the way it should have been loved, you know. So yeah, so I'll leave its love with you, Kai, and thank you so much for acknowledging the fact that you knew who it was. Thank you. So okie doke, Nick, can I call it a day? Is that okay?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, friends, we are gonna have a closing prayer, and everyone who's online, stay behind, please. Everyone tends to run off as soon as the credits roll, and I want to chat. But thank you, Sarah, for a wonderful demo, and thank you everyone for joining in at home. We are going to close in prayer now, and once we've closed in, I thought it might, when you come up, Kai, I thought it might be Henry.
Hello.
Henry. I've heard about Henry. Oh, of course, you're in Tuesday night as well. You've heard about Henry.
Have I?
That was Henry. Henry and what's the other one? Named after boxer.
Cooper. Henry Cooper.
Henry and Cooper. She had two dogs called Henry and Cooper. There you go. Thank you in the background there. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you for being part of our weekend service. Let's close this afternoon in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Divine Universal Source of all, we thank you for this opportunity to come together, to join in love, light, and witness the truth and proof that life is indeed eternal. As we go out about our day, we ask that love and light be shone upon each person, upon all people, and reach out to the world with love, compassion, and unity. And so, until we meet again, I make the statement as ever, that everything we will do is in love and truth and light. Amen.
Amen.
And that brings us to a close, my lovelies. Thank you all for being here. And thank you all for joining in online. We will be back on Thursday night live from Littleport Village Hall, where we have our weekly online service with a homegrown talent, the lovely Della Thompson. Looking forward very much to that. If anyone's interested, next Thursday is the beginning of The Undying Spark, our jump and journey into the things that happen in the world of spirit before and after the physical existence. And that's exactly how I'm going to word it. It's going to be interesting. It is £40. It's a 4-week workshop, and it's from 12 until 2 every Thursday in, what are we, June now? Blooming heck, it's flowing quick. And for anyone who's interested in joining in a big old exciting hullabaloo, we're getting ready for a special anniversary in July at Littleport, so lots more to come on that. But again, a thank you to all of you who came on with us on screen. Thank you to everyone who joined in online. I will say, may the peace of the Great Spirit go with you all. God bless you. And until next time, see you soon. God bless.